talking point platform. TTPTV. Oh yeah. Unale we pledge with love and loyalty to we sweet, sweet mama Salone. Now we all come together as one. For tomorrow, now we gon' make Salone.
Good morning from the New Englandville studio, and welcome to the first edition of the program Good Morning Salone for this week, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Today, now Monday, February 12, 2024. We will bring the program come to you this Monday morning. Me, Nasap to you, Kalon.
And Musa Kamara Namiyunim. Inside today's edition of the program Good Morning Salone, one member of parliament from Tonkolili district, Honorable Iron Arun Kurma, don't ask the new IMC chairman for using office for help journalism for building capacity through training. The Minister of Labour, Employment and Social Security, Mohamed Rahman Sware, say a ministry will take action against any institution will not agree pay the NASIT contribution for the workman them.
Well,
and today inside the program, Radio Democracy will talk to the public relations officer for the dissolved university courts for no waiting at their position on the dissolvement of the university courts.
Well, this plus others to them for inside the program, and also we will talk to the executive director, Center for Accountability and the Rule of Law, Ibrahim Tommy. We will talk on the decriminalization and disclassification of petty offense them. Members inside the program, you listen live on different partner radio station them. And inside this edition of the program, Good Morning Salone, you listen live from Radio Shalom 89.5 Nakoina Dugu and Falaba District, on Radio Malen 88.5. Radio 101.3 na Pujon District, Radio Kolente 90.0 na Cambia, Radio Mwa 105.5 na Kailao, Vopad Radio na Watalo, Voice of Sando na Kono District, and Voice of Karine na Kamakwe on 98.0, and also you get to on Voice of Maso na Pujon District. The program na Good Morning Salone, you can be part of them on different issues that we discussed this morning, and send your message or comments to the number 077 981 981.
The program na Good Morning Salone, as we mentioned earlier today, we talk to Ibrahim Tommy, Executive Director, Center for Accountability and the Rule of Law. They talk about the petty offenses. Then they talk about for letting decriminalizing. For Sikadata, I want to welcome Ibrahim Tommy inside the program. Good morning and welcome to the program Good Morning Salone.
Good morning. Thank you very much.
Okay, continue for stay with you. They come to you shortly. We go inside the Vice President one. Now the Salone Football Association, SLFA, Harold Johnson, don't call on the Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary Education for add football na the school curriculum and make them subject. And make this call na the launch of the FIFA football for school projects where the football world governing body FIFA they implement around the world and don't launch them na Salone now for school picking them across the country. I've been doing the launching na McKinney and put this report together.
Football for School, now FIFA project where they implement together with UNESCO, and the aim of this project now for target was 700 million school picking them, both boys and girls around the world. FIFA through the Salone Football Association and partner them don't launch the Football for School program inside Salone na McKinney.
When we take up office a little over 2 years ago, we get set targets, we get things the way we be short, medium, and long-term plans. But we key amongst them things that have been youth football, and even in youth football, safe, have been schools football. But it's been difficult. But then we, went to FIFA, knocking their doors. So now make like I say, it's a landmark, a novelty, and we believe say we cannot make it at the top. The basics done, the rudiments done, will not fix up. So like I said, taking it to the schools, then we will regulate them. Then pathway, be able to regulate it, like I said, age, even the health, child protection, and all them things in the way encompass, for handle a minor till he graduates going at the 18. So This is key, and we are very happy.
Harold Nath Johnson, now the Vice President one, now the Salone Football Association, they talk about this project. We, according to them, then they implement them together with the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education. We make a call on the ministry for add football at the school curriculum and make them subjects.
Eventually, we will launch this football for schools, and we self will encourage the Ministry of Education and see them get representative now, the Deputy Secretary there, the Minister of Sports have been there, the NSA representative have been there, they inculcate. They get, of course, they get physical education teachers then, but when you inculcate the curriculum, football, as part of, a part of the subjects, you get 89 subjects for the day, 10 today you get P, first so small, as I say P now all the glad for gonna feel. So now specifically you put them to football now, and we see how we get them from that age. The boys
Mohammed Benson Bawo, the acting general secretary at the FA, talk about the implementation of these projects.
The implementation process basically get for start with distribution of balls, so the pilot schools who we don't select. A committee, a 4-pillar committee was formed. We include the Ministry of Sport, the Ministry of Basic Education, the National Sports Authority, and SLAFA. So that committee, they don't sit down and don't select pilot schools from every nook and cranny of this country. So them pilot schools, and they will therefore distribute balls into them. Them balls and they distribute to the schools. We also further do other courses. We say the one that we don't train today, the 50 PhD teachers who don't train. If we go to Kailan, we don't need for person from Senegal, from Zimbabwe, or from Freetown for go trainer. Somebody in a Kailan, we don't do the training, and therefore then go train them PhD teachers in a Kailan. And then they in turn go use them ball and they for teaching picking them. Because the teaching, is very unique. It's very unique from the point of view that there is a coaching app where they don't roll out to all of them, where they all get access to today. So the coaches about there for train after year, they'll get access to that coaching app. That app, basically, they teach them all the basics when it comes to...
Part of this project, and for Gisabi, to physical health education teaches them across Salone on different skills them for Seka football. And then people here, they don't spend some days them, now McKinney, on training for Seka, this project. Antonio Sanchez, now FIFA manager football for school, talk about the kind of training when they give them teachers here inside McKinney.
So this is a very special moment here in Sierra Leone because we have trained more than 40 educators from different regions across the country, which now they need to go back to their districts and keep training others through the cascade training. So Football for Schools is a program that combines football and life skills. So it's not only about teaching how to hit the ball, how to score a goal, but also the importance of communication, teamwork, respect, problem solving, and so on.
What are the areas that you taught these trainers, training of trainers?
So basically what we did a 3-day course, capacity building course, theory and practice. And they were all, we were showing them, we were sharing our experience about the program, how to embed these life skills in the football session. And they were quite, their attitude and their efforts were huge, and they really made a very good progress.
What's in the teachers them make up of these projects? Then talk to Radio Democracy.
Well, me and Nene Karim Kamara from Kailan District, Daru to be specific, St. Peter's Senior Secondary School, Daru. I want to tell the SLFA plenty thank you for where they make thought for consider we the physical health education for come on board. Because if we don't reach to a time we will do physical health education, it's like we don't left behind. Because the parts of the country not be the consider we. But so long way the SLFA don't come up, they don't team up with the Ministry of Sports and Education. I want to tell them first plenty thank you for that. What did they do for we?
Robert Melvin Toure, McKinney, EMC Secondary School, Secretary General Bombali District Football Association. The project is a very laudable one. Indeed, it can. We say it's too late, but it's better late than never. Now that this project don't come at this country for capture the beginning at a very early age, I think in terms of football, Israel will make progress in a very short time.
Radio Democracy, same way so talk to some school picking them na Bombali district inside McKinney, where benefit from football for school projects.
I attend Faith Baptist McKinney this night. I feel excited, happy for camp play today football. I learn a lot. I learn how to score, how to card, how to throw ball. I learn a lot. And we help me a lot when go now school, like supply with football, jazzy, a lot of training for learn where for train football.
I know the saw baptismal at primary school. I learn how for dribbling, for kick, for pass.
All this, according to Augusta James Tema, they're part of government development agenda, especially the human capital development.
We're talking about human capital development. And today we see our physical education specialists being given the opportunity to upgrade themselves and improve on their human capital development in order to make football also a game changer in Sierra Leone. We, as a government, are looking forward to have more facilities, especially job facilities and opportunities for the youth. And I think today, the specialists behind there will not only be teaching in the schools, but probably come out in the afternoon to give extra training to our little kids, because there is so much we have to do when we catch them young.
Augusta James Tema ended for assure FIFA, the FA, and other partner them of government commitment for implement this program across Salone. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Musa Kamara, the reports.
The program you still listen to now, Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. As you get from one Pawi headline stories, them today we go talk to the Executive Director for Center for Accountability and the Rule of Law, Carl Ibrahim Tommy, where we can talk about the criminalization and the classification of petty offenses. Well, we don't welcome at the studio for somebody the listener, Carl, na leading civil society organization where they work for defend human rights, promote justice, accountability, and equity na Salone. Inside 2017, Carl and advocate being received funding from OSIWA for advocate for the removal of offenses them we then describe as petty crime. Within a petty crime to Carl estimation inside this campaign, and how far Carl Lewita make we get Ibrahim Tommy the inside the program, and later get for states Carl and position on the issue of the University of Salone and the Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary Education. Good morning, Ibrahim Tommy, and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salone.
Good morning again. Thank you very much. I'm glad for the
From that little background we had on Guy from 2017, una day on this campaign, and you and una partners them. Before we can look at within a petty crimes and how far una day with the campaign, within the Apuna Carl or within the Apuna Carl in relation to una work as I read just the background.
we don't do plenty thing as an organization. As you rightly point out in your introduction, they work on a number of issues, principally one for ensure we promote a culture of human rights, ensure that rule of law prevail, hold public officials to account, but also ensure that we all grow collectively. So over the last perhaps year or two, we've done the work on a number of initiatives, including ensuring that we get an accountable electoral justice system, make sure we participate in the elections, we do court monitoring. We also engage in research and publication. We provide voice, we mobilize communities for ensure that they are involved in governance, especially at the local level. So there's a lot that we've done the work on over the last year in particular. But on the issue of petty offenses, indeed, Carl and Advocate way back in 2017 joined the campaign, and I should say it's a continent-wide campaign for make sure offenses we then call petty offenses, we decriminalize them, meaning the laws and they make them criminal offenses, but they push for we make sure they are not criminalized, we decriminalize them, or we declassify them. Now, as I say now, a continent-wide campaign, even the African Commission don't take a position on this. So we now Salone, we just continue this campaign. We a continent-wide campaign for make sure we protect citizens, and the citizens that with the campaign really seek for protect now the most vulnerable, the poor. Unfortunately, it includes women who are disproportionately affected by these offenses.
Petty crime or offense, different people get a way how they can interpret them or call them. As you dare now for talk about this issue and something that they campaign against. In your legal words, how you will best describe petty offense then?
Okay, so this not to me young words some more, but within the experts, like I say, in the African Commission, and we on study now. And by the way, Saptimeka preface with this comment that when we start this program in 2017, this project in 2017, we undertake a study, a baseline study across the country. We look at the number of cases before the courts, especially the magistrate courts. Of the 718 cases we capture, 33% of them, we call them petty offenses. Now, back to your question. What are petty offenses in the context of Salone? These are offenses where the laws and create, but then vague, and because they're vague, sometimes or most times, in fact, they can be wrongly applied by law enforcement. And also the punishment within the method for them offenses there, it is proportionate, to the gravity of the offense. You understand? And invariably they lead to violation of human rights. So now them 4 ingredients now we get for characterized petty offenses.
Okay, in line with that, you can state some example of, any crime where somebody will commit we fall under petty offenses.
So keep in mind, I don't use some characteristics of petty offenses. What we do this study, when are the offenses we call petty offenses? We say minor traffic offenses, for example. Like they drive, you not get park light. Don't get me wrong, we're not saying you for drive without a park light. We know they say if you obstruction of traffic not to offense. No. We are saying the punishment, you understand, disproportionate.
That is too big for the
too
offense.
Big for the offense. Then one. In terms of wrong application of the law, now you cannot really say, person, you can't take that. Musa, when I day you jam, they supposed to Musa let me buy 100,000. Where my salary come, I go pay you. Then salary cannot pay Musa. The next thing Musa they do, if they wrong with the police, this is a purely civil transaction I don't get. Now debt. Now civil courts for handle them. But because in we laws we get there's an offense who get with and call obtaining money or goods under false pretense. You now go to police and talk say, oh, Musa talk say like get money, they go buy clothes and can't give me back the clothes or something. You create a story and then the police involved now. Now something that be purely civil transaction, then convert into criminal, they arrest you, then detain you, you go down. And at that, they happen most times. Now, ultimately, like I said, why could they even call them poverty? These are poverty offenses. And say, brah, how the left we, you understand? A driver go. You, when a young man or young woman, mostly young women, you they walk along the beach, they wait for motorcar or they fen keke or fen okada. There's a police van where they driving, pick you up, bam, they say waiting, loitering. Because even the law, the way it was drafted is so vague that they can arrest you for loitering because you have to give an account of yourself according to the text of the law.
Okay, you just relate their offenses here to a poverty one. Another angle they say, is it that people not can know much better waiting for do, or in any way you think say it make much sense for let you relate some of the offense here for say they affect most vulnerable people?
Absolutely. The research shows that. And for example, loitering, most people are homeless, not only in Sierra Leone, but in other parts of the continent. If you're homeless, you not get side for sleep, you are wandering about. And the law basically they punish person they wonder about rich people. You understand? If you get place for stay, you're not going to wonder about. So the way to they basically say is, they say these are not acceptable conduct. They say if you take money from Musa, enough for pay, or not they say if you just about the wonder you not get place for sleep. But believe me, people and they not get place for sleep. They are homeless, so they are poor. But the way how they punish people for their conduct And some of them conduct that. They not mean for go thief money. They just mean for go do business. Think of the woman at Abacha Street where they go take clothes from the Lebanese man in the Amman or even Salone man in shop. Say, I go sell, I go we run. Where I make money, I can't pay. It go business go bad. The next thing you hear, this is a genuine businesswoman. The next thing you hear, you go to police. And the reason people run to the police is simple. Because we all believe, say, once you seize person liberty, you detain them, you send them go down. In family, go gather money, they can't pay you. It's because of that they misapply the law. So that misapplication of the law and the disproportionate sentence where the offense and the create. Now really they push for that we revise the laws and make sure say it consistent with human rights obligations.
From 2017 to date, now a very long period on this campaign.
Indeed.
From Salone perspective, as you say, a global campaign, what you want to identify as the root cause to some of these issues?
Now the laws. Clearly, we don't identify the laws, then we get all them petty offenses there. The Larceny Act is one of them. The Public Order Act then create loitering. You understand? So all into the fraudulent conversion. But again, the Road Traffic Act and the regulation. So these are the laws we create then offenses there. So we don't identify them, or we don't make specific recommendations. So in addition to the baseline report we don't produce, there's a position paper we identify each of the provisions of the laws where they create this situation, and we don't make specific recommendation to the Office of the Attorney General Minister of Justice, even before the current one, by the way. And I'm pleased to say that the Human Rights Commission has also been part of this campaign, and we're working collaboratively with not just the Human Rights Commission, but with other actors for make sure, say, the government of Sierra Leone decriminalize what we call petty offenses or what we call poverty offenses.
Okay. That calls for amendments.
It does, yes.
How far we don't go with that advocacy? So
now they would now. So with the hope, say, in the not too distant future, maybe this week, next week, we get for approach the Office of the Attorney General Minister of Justice for make a commitment to this, because as I say, we don't get documents, we don't prepare papers, we don't get a review, and there's everything in place now for that. It's just a question of commitment on the part of the government for say yes. And by the way, we have in the past received the commitment from the previous AG. Maybe they did again commitment, and I'm absolutely confident that the current AG will gain commitment, and therefore perhaps we just get to call like how we abolish the death penalty. We just look at the different provisions in the laws and where they provide for death penalty. We already talk about equality before the law. And like how the TRC report say, it say the law for time like close, for fit
everybody.
The person where they make them for. Where they feel say the law not fit, especially the poor people. If somebody is homeless, they punish homelessness through a law where as old as 1965, we're saying homelessness, the responsibility of the state in the first place for make sure that people get access to public housing. We not get that one day. Not punish person 2 term. If person go take debt, that's why we have the magistrate court, we have the high court. Now civil matter, good day, not go na police seizing liberty and send a good down. In fact, now they make overcrowding now the correctional center they as well. So, and ultimately, and this is where we coming as a center, we think that it lead to violation of rights.
Okay, continue for the with me. In name na Ibrahim Tommy, in the executive director, Center for Accountability and the Rule of Law, CAL. There they talk on the decriminalization and this classification of petty offenses. When we say some of the small crime, the way people can commit, the punishment where they can get into A before them. The program Good Morning Salone they continue, and inside the program, we welcome with other studio guests. Musa.
Yes, welcome the Public Relations Officer for the dissolved University Court. We James Tambalebi. They can talk about waiting at them position on the dissolvement of the University Court. Good morning, James Tambalebi, and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salone.
Good morning, Musa. Good morning, Satyu, and good morning, listener.
Okay, quick background for we listeners and viewers. Just last week, the Minister for Higher Education announced to the public, say, they don't dissolve the university courts, where the highest decision-making body now the University of Salone. And University of Salone get for do it for Big College, College of Medicine and Allied Health Sciences, and the Institute of Public Administration and Management, IPAM. This be after disagreement between the university courts and the Minister of Higher Education on the appointment of the Deputy Vice Chancellor. Waiting the dissolve university court, make up of this, make we get James Tambalebi na the program. Once again, James, good morning, welcome.
Good morning, Musa. Thanks for having me.
Yes, from that background way, Adongi, just last week, Thursday, we been get the spokesperson for the University of Salone at the studio, and also we get a report from the minister or the Minister of Higher Education, we then confirm to the public, say, they don't dissolve the courts where you be the part of. For listeners and viewers who don't receive any decision or are aware of the dissolvement of the university courts.
Yes, we are aware, say the ministry write letter purporting to have dissolved the court. And the court is of the opinion that the ministry not get the power. But like you, a backdrop, a background and situate and within the context we will make people understand the position of the courts. So the public universities are established by an act of parliament. And up to 2021, we didn't get the 2005 Universities Act. And in that 2005 Universities Act, the President of the Republic now been the Chancellor of all public universities. And then because of a busy schedule, the law made provision for a pro-chancellor. So the powers of the chancellor then, now the pro-chancellor of the university will have been chairman of the courts, and the Ministry of Education, now they may exercise them powers then on behalf of the president, now the chancellor. Now, fast forward, some amendments they may not happen till 2018, but before the 2018 elections, the then candidate of the Sierra Leone People's Party, Mr. Madabio, now President of the Republic, President Julius Madabio, campaigned on a manifesto say if they elect him, they go divorce the position of the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone from the Chancellorship of Public Universities. And true to his word, he win, he deliver. And for drive, puts that into effect, then change the law, then repeal the 2005 Universities Act and replace them with the 2021 Universities Act. Now, a major paradigm shift. And one major thing is that the President of the Republic, excuse me, cease for being Chancellor of Public Universities. Then he appoints chancellors for all public universities and transfer majority of empowers them. So then Chancellor then they. So the President remain as visitor. Now, then the new act, also, just like the old act, it get a position of a pro-vice chancellor. So when you look at sections 8 and sections 9, they're very instructive. Then show the powers of the chancellor and the powers of the courts. So the powers of appointment, the appointment of the higher officers of the courts of the university, now the business of the chancellor of the university and that of the university courts, and no longer that of the chancellor.
Okay.
So that's not a backdrop.
Okay, after that backdrop, they will come back
So
to
now
you.
we
We'll go for a break, please.
Right.
Continue for the with we done at the PRO for the dissolved university court. James Tambalebi, where they state them position on the court where the Ministry of Technical and Higher Education closes behind them due to some controversy. We will come back to you inside the program now. We will go for a break.
We're not going to take your money and go. All time network problem. What's me go do now?
Salone Commercial Bank branch, kiosk or sub-agent them, all about na the country. Then get the money service business. You go able take money where they send for you na MoneyGram, Western Union, Small World, and Ria Money, where they over 150 country them. With the Ria and Small World, this na for we brother and sister there where they oversee. Then can able send money direct na Salone Commercial Bank accounts. Na Salonia, like they one day we want bill us, or they one day we want kawaka, or for support their family them. Then can they oversee and put money inside them bank accounts.
How for do all this if I dey Ubayanda?
Easy, me brother. All you for do, now for download the Ria and Small World app them and put your personal information them. Now you that. Member say you forget valid ID card and the correct code where the person send for you for go take you money.
I want send money from your uncle upline.
No worry. Salone Commercial Bank column Salone Link, where are the local transfer and million Salone Commercial Bank money. Where anybody can go na any Salone Commercial Bank branch, kiosk, and then sub Salone Commercial Bank agents them. Any sign at the country and tell the teller say you want send money upline. Then go do your transaction and give you code where you go send to your uncle, but your uncle forget valid ID card and the code where they give you send and to them so it go take your money. Salone Commercial Bank they look for agents them where they do money transfer for partner with them.
Wetin are the sub-agents?
Sub-agents na people that will get business. We want for do money transfer service for Salone Commercial Bank. This service will give you good commission. So go na Salone Commercial Bank and go register or call them na this number here 077-714-792. Then go talk to you, find one.
Salone Commercial Bank, delivering value. People when I go take your money and go.
The program Good Morning Salone, they continue from that break though they come over to our studio guests and they bring in James Tambalebi for they continue also I stop as they have for talk about the dissolved university court, especially for know their own position in this whole situation.
Yes, so as I've been saying, one major paradigm shift from the old law, the 2005 law, Universities Act, to the 2021 Universities Act, now the powers of appointment. It clearly stated that for appoint the vice chancellor and principal, substantive, now the vice chancellor, now the chancellor for Duam, the chancellor of the university, and for appoint the pro chancellor of the university, now the courts for Duam, and the chancellor now the chairman of courts. So this whole crisis starts on the 11th of December when the MTHE, the Ministry of Technical and Higher Education, appoints Professor Lawrence Kamara for the acting vice chancellor and principal, a position that is not even in the act.
Never exists.
You know, it exists in the old law, but not exist in this new law. In other day. So on 13 December, and this happened when the substantive holder, Professor Fodesa, was still in office, albeit the window appoints and for go ahead a new agency, the National Public Health Agency. He not been done left office it. So he handed over on the 13th. And on the 18th December, the courts convene in an extraordinary meeting for look at the development. Then frown at them, majority of the members frown at them and say then go put together a committee, a team, for go engage the MTHE with a view for persuade them, say, what's in and don't do so in no right, it is outside the law, they not get right for them. And indeed, then puts together a team, then go engage them. Then say, then they stand on their position. In fact, then write a position paper to the courts and make two arguments. Argument one, then say by appointing Professor Fodesa, automatically there was a vacancy and the university not fill the vacancy. Therefore, then they fill the vacancy. Argument two, they say they not recognize the pro vice chancellor as provided for in law because they not see any minutes where explain say he was formally appointed. The counter argument by the court is that no, there is no vacancy because there is the law make provision for automatic succession where the vice chancellor not there, and I will make reference to the law now. In section 8, subsection 5, they say where the office of the vice chancellor and principal is vacant, or if for any reason he is unable to perform the duties of his office, the pro vice chancellor shall perform the duties of the vice chancellor and principal until the vice chancellor and principal resumes his duties or another is appointed in his stead. So this whole standoff now over the tentative occupation of that seat will not go to the substantive holder yet. And the law, they say there should be a pro vice chancellor, whether the vice chancellor there or not, the position gay. And the university court's been done approve somebody for hold that position there in the person of Professor Samai. As a matter of fact, Nafrube College starts for hold this position. Then there was a rotational agreement after Nafrube College, now being account to Professor Samai. And the person where they appoint illegally by the ministry for can be acting vice chancellor, he was the pro vice chancellor when he was DVC of Nafrube College, deputy vice chancellor. But because they're not extending term for a second term, automatically lose the position of pro vice chancellor because the law they say a university, section 9, subsection 1, a university shall have a pro vice chancellor who shall be appointed by the court from among the deputy vice chancellor. So the one condition, the key criterion for becoming a pro vice chancellor, you must be a sitting deputy vice chancellor. So the cutting argument is that one, there is an arrangement where it don't take place over a period of time, and because they practice over a period of time, is acceptable in law. So you cannot say it's not properly seated. Be that as it may, the court meet on the 16th and formally approve Professor Mohamed Samai as Pro Vice Chancellor. We mean in the absence of the substantive holder of this position, the position of the Vice Chancellor and Principal, Professor Mohamed Samai as Pro Vice Chancellor can act as Vice Chancellor and Principal.
Now,
now the disagreement that will lead to the dissolution of the court.
Quick clarification.
I really want to
Go ahead.
Now, this is a situation where the university court, they in conflict with the ministry. Then, boom, they say we don't dissolve now. They became a judge in their own case, which is we're on counter to the spirit of natural justice in the first place. Second, here is by dissolving the court, essentially, you don't sack the chancellor of the university, appointed by the president. The minister, the head of the ministry, is a presidential appointee. The head of the university court, now a presidential appointee. Here is one appointee by the president. It is sack another appointee. We get no basis in law. Now look what they don't do. They don't discard the Universities Act completely, and then say they replace it with a University Management Oversight Committee. This is an extrajudicial powers. You cannot say there are lapses, according to the argument. You cannot say there are lapses in the court. You dissolve them. And if you get the power, according to them, for dissolve court, you should have the power to reconstitute the court. They not reconstitute the court. Then go sit and form a committee outside of law to run the university. This has all the hallmarks of a coup. This is a ministerial coup against the University of Sierra Leone and by extension, public universities.
James Tambalebi, they can't do clarifications and follow-ups on plenty things that we don't talk about, including the issue of Professor Samai, where the university court, according to Ibido, appoint as the pro vice chancellor, where the ministry no recognize because of the positions that we hold. But earlier, before this term, you have been the spokesperson for the University of Salone.
Yes.
Just during this saga, Letter Komon say they don't sack you from your position as the spokesperson for the University of Salone.
Yes.
And today we host you as the public relations officer for the dissolved university. Spokesperson for the dissolved university courts. How we reached it?
Yes, fine. So when this standoff starts, the court been very, very reluctant for go public. So then try to engage the ministry. Because them still say not get headway for convince the ministry that the powers they exercise they beyond them and it's not supported by law and it's not in line with the law and order. So then decides now we have to go public. So the court officially mandates me for begin talk on their behalf. So in addition to being the public relations director of the University of Sierra Leone, I became then the spokesperson of the university court during this standoff. So yes, they relieve me, and this is very important to explain. Then say they relieve me of me contract. We are still the 1 year for serve. But then the interesting thing is the person who then say give the order for relieve me, when are the acting vice chancellor and principal appointed by the ministry, he resigned before they relieve me. And then say na indirect. We just know, and me believe say the ministry apparently 90 directives for letting terminate my contract because they want silence. But I remain the spokesperson of the court.
So in all of this issue is like it on the under the boil and all of that stuff. Somebody got to wonder why James Tambalebi no be come out and stand up for what he believe in. Rather a wait when say don't be hit by the bullets. Now they can't see all this.
No, I know wait. One Nana they come now Radio Democracy, but been on other platforms them. But more importantly, the court's been reluctant for go public because they feel say engagement, dialogue will yield a fruitful outcome. They will able to prevail on the ministry for let them understand that what they do is not supported by law, that this is not due process, and then for follow due process. But because it reach a point where they not succeed for convince them, then authorize me now for go public. So that's how I begin to talk on the matter. They were very much constrained because they may feel say then go dialogue and reach an amicable solution. But because solution no come and dialogue no yield solution, so they decide say now we should start talking about it.
Now let me look at the issue of Professor Samai, where you make mention about where this whole issue surround where the university court, according to Ibido, appoint as the pro-chancellor for act in the capacity as acting vice chancellor
in the absence
of the one way President Bido appoints.
Yes.
But the Minister of Technical and Education be appoints Professor Lawrence Kamara.
Yes.
Because then points several things. Then one,
two arguments.
Yes, Professor Samai gets some positions that we already hold, and plus this one, it will add also irresponsibilities as acting vice chancellor na Kumas, and also and then also minutes. Now, in meetings, them we approve Professor Samai. Where, according to the minister, if he been see any minute, they need to dissolve they need to go ahead and make another appointment. That's not the argument from the ministry.
Yes, the counter argument is that one, if they don't practice something according to arrangement over a period of time, it becomes a custom and therefore acceptable. However, we recognize that lapse and then right the wrong on the 16th of January, even before then dissolve the court. But let's even agree without conceding that this is illegal. What the ministry do is to correct one illegality with another illegality. Then go appoint somebody with one, don't pass retirement age, two, not a sitting deputy vice chancellor. So that's unacceptable. Again, if Professor Samai, as they argue, they get a lot of work on in hand, the law, they say, anybody they act in that position for be a sitting deputy vice chancellor. You still have Robe College, the head of Robe College. You still have the head of IPAM for function and perform that duty until such a time when they go put together a search committee. But then discard all that, then put the law aside, then go appoint somebody outside of the law. So that argument is clear-legged. It's not tenable.
So in all of this, Mr. Alebi, another angle would say the highest decision-making body, when at the university court, why they give so much space, to another body for take a decision, and some people for don't speak against, or knowing the fact, say, una get the right and the power for do so.
No, not to space we give them. We give space to dialogue. We give space.
But the dialogue decision is wrong from all which they say.
Yeah, yield, come to fruition. So now we begin talk. Basically, this is an outside interference, and they use raw power, for bully and coerce the university court into accepting illegality.
What you say them? What do you refer to
exactly? I refer to the Ministry of Technical and Higher Education.
Now let's look at the fate and status of this university court as you did describe and say the ministry not get the right for dissolve the court. So what is the status of the court now? According to the ministry, it is dissolved. From what your standpoint, how we can describe the court?
Well, we not recognize the decision of the ministry, but the court is constrained now to work because some people are so vexed that then decide say then they watch for see what's in the apple. So them what's in the non-do now? The ministry don't set aside the law. They don't send the finance director on leave. They don't send the registrar on leave. They don't handpick people in. They don't appoint them. Essentially, the university don't become a unit of the Ministry of Technical and Higher Education, directly controlled. In fact, directly run, not even controlled, run by the ministry. So this is an interference and a run counter to the mischief where the president don't address them in the sense that they take away political and outside interference from the running of public universities and they give autonomy to the university for run themselves. Therefore, the power they will get trade under the old law as chancellor they transform to the new chancellors then. So basically, then just don't throw spanner into that work and then they make a mockery of that legacy.
So if the university courts be really their swan, individual makeup of the university court, and also they speak in the interest of everybody, they know sell out to allow the Ministry of Technical and Higher Education for probing. You think so that for be there at this stage?
Well, the idea of sellout is everywhere since biblical times. Even Jesus then betray them. So not a new concept. So we get traitors, we get people that we sell out, we get people that we betray. Because interestingly, and this is the irony, you get non-academics in at the court. We're really peeved, very angry about what's in the opponent saying, all right. And we have some academics where they collaborate with the ministry because of personal reason, because of sentiment, and because of personal interest. Okay. But this is, it cuts across, it happens everywhere. Okay. So it's not just unique to the University of Sierra Leone.
James Tambalebi, Public Relations Officer for the dissolved University Courts, they state their position. The program Good Morning Salone, they continue 8:16 at the time. We go for a break, but quick, we want to announce to the public, according to the production team, as this issue they unfold, the Radio Democracy don't try forgets the side of the Ministry of Higher and Technical Education for explain their own position on this, but not get it for Kana, the studio for can talk on this issue. The program Good Morning Salone, they continue to go for a short break.
UTP,
Union Trust Bank, the game changer don't come. As we the lead, others they follow. And just with your mobile phone, you go transfer and receive money with ease, speed, and safety. UTB don't make it possible for collect money na ATM machine without the ATM card. Now that we call cardless ATM. You, the UTB customer, go send money to anybody and deposit and collect the money na any UTB ATM panel without any ATM card. All it can do now for just enter the reference code and collect the money. The UTB copper in safe day. With this UTB copper, any UTB customer can transfer copper with a mobile phone to anybody up to 5 billion loans. And with the reference code, the person can go to any UTB branch and collect the copper. Union Trust Bank, we dey here for you.
The program, Good Morning Salone, they continue. We will bring this edition. Come to you this morning. Mina sap to you, Kalon.
Musa Kamara Miyunim.
Inside the program now, we look at another issue. Before the 2023 election, Talking Drum Studio, we organized debate for people will be one for be member of parliament, councillor, chairman, and other one them for make them tell them people them waiting them go do if they win this election, and plenty of them people here don't take office. For sake of this, make they don't engage them people here again. And according to the National Director for Talking Drum Studio, Alpha Kamara say, member of parliament don't agree for make the engage them people here. Inside our meeting, we then go all with chairperson, councillor, and other one them. Well, Alpha Kamara explain more inside this interview to a reporter, Usman Kamara.
Before the elections, we conduct some debates across some key project communities, and then debates here across all political parties. Usai the candidates they make some promises or they put out their political agenda. In that agenda, they promise first from an individual point, say we will do A, B, and C, and then others also then say the political parties will do A, B, and C. This meeting today now for can remind them of what they will say during the campaign period, but also forget them buy in into what we will do for address some of their needs and some of them promises and the to the communities.
All right, now when I don't get the member of parliament, and one thing we come out now that when I want to make then go back now in community, talk to people how far they don't go with some of the things them we they don't see. What's maybe the response of them the member of parliament here?
Well, yeah, a bit mixed because for some of them they feel say some of the promises they make at political party level. Okay, for example, the one that we the SLPP, now what SLPP do now, they don't likely promise. The one in opposition also, some of them say we're not there in power, so how we deliver this? But look, the point here is they all say we do the thing here. What you want to do now is how they go deliver the thing here we don't promise. Okay.
All right, so the member of parliament, buy the idea because if you look, most of them now, as you mentioned, are the PR system they use. Most of them, go with the political party, their agenda. So them buy Talking Drum Studio idea.
Some day we say it's fine. I they go back to my community and go show which I don't do personally. Others they say it will be difficult for them we go back because if we go back, now the political party in manifesto now more or less would go talk about. Okay, so they not say then go on back to the community makes sense because at the political level, party level, they already do something. But we don't remind them that una come in parliament because now they can't represent the people. Whether the political party they take action on some of the promises or they take action on them, if I ever go back to the community, go tell them what did they do? If the party say they do something, now your business also for tell the people what did the party they do. So for resist, it's difficult. Or for no one go there, not to the right thing. Because don't forget to say, election will come back. And you go back to them same people and go ask them for me to vote for you. Whether you go to party A in tickets or party P in tickets, you need people for vote for you.
All right. So in brief, what do you agree on now?
Well, we agree that let we work with them, the members of parliament, because they know they provide services in the communities. Let we identify that then community and the one who they provide the services. Then we will now come in a community meeting who say the one who they provide the services and the MP will now meet and talk to the people on some of the issues they want for address. And some of the people who identify the local councils. Me, you know, saying the local councils and they provide services at the community level. So they bring come the chairpersons, the DPOs, whatever the names are, come to that meeting in the presence of the MP, so that then self will can tell the people which action they will take for address some of their needs there. We hope that this bunch of people there to then community meeting will help for address some of the community needs there.
Going forward, because we all understand, say during election, member of parliament at times not can agree for tell the people and waiting at the role and responsibility. Instead, the promises of schools, hospital, and the rest. Going forward, what will be your message to member of parliament then where you want to take power?
The truth is, now for first understand waiting parliament to do. Anybody will want contest position as MP or whatever, try first for no waiting. You watch the video or screen. Some of them promise big thing. For example, I will fix the economy. How is possible? I will do A, B, and C. How is possible? Some things for address na collective. Someday na government to do them. So this is a reason why additional education, additional training, and also it happened before the election, but we need for increase the training and the education to all the candidates and aspirants before they even contest the debates, so that when they engage people, they will really promise the right thing and not begin to say, I will do A, B, and C. Yes, you can do I, but the I for mostly be around advocacy, lobbying, representation.
Well, inside our interview day, we listen to the National Director for Talking Drum Studio, Alpha Kamara, we be talk to we reporter Usman Kamara, also I say member of parliament where they be engaged earlier before they win the election. Don't agree for go talk to them people now as they don't all different position them for talk continue they may promised previously for make sure say then stick to them and also work in the interest of the people. The program Good Morning Salone they continue.
Inside the studio, we come to other studio guests, Executive Director, Center for Accountability and the Rule of Law, Carl Ibrahim Tommy. Inside the program, they talk about the criminalization of petty crimes. We then don't start this campaign from 2017. Ibrahim Tommy, how far are they with this campaign now as you don't give background to the campaign and why we're not going to the campaign?
Well, on my own part, I think we don't do pretty much everything. We don't get the knowledge, the data we will need for convince the government for decriminalize petty offenses. So we get forget the high point of this campaign where we organize an event and invite the government represented by the Attorney General, Minister of Justice, who can make a commitment statement that the government obviously committed to promoting human rights and ensuring that there is equality and that people can live in a safe environment where the laws they treat them fairly. So now then, after that, now the hope say the age in office will take the next step for basically get the required amendment or repeal.
So in terms of this, it's just that this campaign is speak on one side for ensuring the law be reviewed. What about ensuring that people also we can involved in petty crimes, the one way not based on any form of vulnerability, also know how to do things better?
This campaign not to for promote crime or the commission of crimes. This campaign not for make sure say, in fact, it's not supposed to be crime, not to crime. In other words, we're saying some things and they we don't criminalize, we not for big crime. We for keep them civil. Some things and they will go be crime, but the punishment basically disproportionate, sort of high-handed. So now that what they do. But of course, the position always is make sure that you respect the laws. In fact, then one of the pillars of the rule of law, you get to respect the law. We are not they say go broke the law, they talk for you. No, we are saying if you're not a driver, make sure you respect the traffic rules, traffic regulations. But we all know say no matter how perfect you try for be, one day you will get an infraction, but a minor infraction not for land you in jail or sort of lead to the violation of your right.
Optimistic Caldi foresee when they get this amendment done?
Oh, I was very optimistic. The one thing I think we all can agree on is there is some appetite, there's some energy for law reform in Salone over the last, decade. We don't see a lot of progressive laws. We all believe they go decriminalize libel or then go abolish death penalty. And even in terms of policies, we now get guys going to school, pregnant guys, I mean. So there is some appetite. Oh, hope say this week campaign go right on and take them to the finishing, beyond the finishing line.
Okay, with that being said, a lot on the campaign. Now we'll look at another issue. Center for Accountability and Rule of Local always get a standing position on different issues they wake up on, in line with the university court and that of the Ministry of Technical and Higher Education. Now you can make Carl Leon points clear. Wait till I make up of all of this.
Oh, to be honest, Sabtu and listeners and viewers, I think it's an ugly, chaotic, and totally unacceptable situation. We shouldn't have allowed this to come this far. And I want to start by appealing to the president for intervening right away and resolve this and prevent the ugliness with the about to happen, because I just understand that the therefore inaugurate some interim committee for supervise the university. Listen, we are basically throwing the act to the dustbin. That cannot be allowed to happen. There are two things for talk about this. When the president, they run for re-election, or even before 2023, when they run for election in 2018, he made two promises, right? On education, one, free quality education, basic education, improve access and quality. In the public education, he said they depoliticize public universities. We passed the 2021 Act for ensure just that. What you don't see with everything they play out, now 360 degrees sort of renege, the government that renege on that president vision. And so we didn't even need the 2021 Act if we forget a situation where a minister they go in, appoint a deputy acting vice chancellor and principal, dissolve the university court. Why fix it if it's not broken? I take the point about, make sure that if really this is my view. If they come to this in good faith as a minister, as a government, what you can do to support the court is to say, do the right thing and let the court regulate itself. The Act, if you look at Section 11 of the Act, in terms of the powers of the university court, it says the university court shall exercise all the powers and authority of the university, except on purely academic matters. Now, only on academic matters, the court go defer to the Senate, and perhaps even the TEC. The TEC, they recommend, say, for example, improve standards or review curriculum and all of that. The court, now the highest decision-making organ. Now, if you go say a certain person has not been properly appointed, fair enough. But what you do is urge them to do the right thing. And if they've taken steps to do the right thing, you disagree with them, continue to work with them to do the right thing. But for let you just from nowhere, without any legal basis, appoint somebody for basically impose them on the university system, it's wrong, it's unfortunate, it's unacceptable, and I like to use this platform to urge the president to step in and avoid this aberration. Listen, they already installed, I understand, put together a committee when they inaugurate tomorrow. The one that steps up with that point, I urge them, let them not participate. Professor Lawrence Kamara has done the right thing. In the first place, I'm disappointed in the first place they accepted the position and was there for a few weeks or so. But he's done the proper thing of resigning, because the one way you will make a statement against some kind of action there, now for refusal to participate in them, I think it's wrong. Let's don't even mince our words on that. Then for support the university court to do the right thing, not to do the wrong thing in a bid to correct what you call do the wrong thing in a bid to correct the wrong thing. It cannot be right.
Now, let me look at this body where they don't constitute after the ministry don't dissolve the university court where they inaugurate this week. Now, another argument is, what is the status of this body where they don't appoint for verify result them ahead of graduation, because at the end of the day, the students then are the client of the university, and now then get for at the end of the day it get for affect.
But this is the thing. I mean, what's the point? Why did we even go down this path? Why? The act basically empowered the university court for do all of that, for certified degrees, for even approved budget. I'm sure I wonder whether the university currently get budget. I mean, like, you are basically using now a ministerial power. I mean, Parliament should be annoyed. And they expect parliamentarians to be angry, for be up in arms. They are basically saying to parliamentarians, the act will not pass useless. Will they use extralegal means for replace what a law provide for? You can't do that without an amendment to the 2021 Universities Act. There's no way you can do that. There's no way. The court get at least 30 different representatives, either in persons or institutions, including the TEC, where the scenario recommend for dissolve the court, is a member of the court. How can the TEC, a member of the court, basically say, yes, we as a court have not done the right thing, so dissolve us? I mean, just on the face of it, it's patently ugly and unacceptable. This is why I'm urging the president, once again, step in, invite all of these actors. As a matter of fact, listen, you have the chancellor of the university who is basically being sacked by a minister, appointed by the president. This should not be happening in this day and age. Again, President Bio has to step in. I don't know what he's been told. I don't know what he's been briefed on this issue, but just on the law, just the optics, not right. Beyond the optics, me now, only one university I don't know. This is why I'm a bit, if I come across as being passionate, that one university again in my life, University of Sierra Leone, now acquire all my education. I'm so proud of it. I don't accept that you can come in and treat the University of Sierra Leone like that. Throw away a whole university court and put together a committee where you go and pick, right? That committee get for go parliament. Which power is get for conferred degrees? You get for make questionable degrees. I mean, like, people take decisions today without knowing the potential implications in the future. You go get a situation where people are say, we know the story of Alhaji Abuja, right? You've heard about the Alhaji Abuja story, right? Well, we not go make an Alhaji stop. We not to university court approving a degree. Now committee. Don't do that. People have spent years trying to acquire a proper degree. They've worked hard for it. Just get a proper structure for conferring degrees on them. And the only thing is not just conflict resolution. We have to have an appetite. There's this cross-party dialogue where they go take place between APC and SLPP, which is a good thing for governance. But we have to have an appetite for intra-governmental dialogue and resolve issues. Just because it not go your own way doesn't mean you have to discard it. Okay. Why fix it if it's not broken? There's university court. When I say they not do their work, you are saying there is not a proper process in place. They have said we've taken steps to fix it. If you disagree with it, work with them to make sure that the right thing is done. If it is not personal at all, if it's professional, that's the right thing to do. If it's personal, then you cannot do it. The only thing they resort to now for discard them, and it's not right. So it cannot be right.
So wait, hold on, Mr. Leby, please. Mr. Tommy, you still extend the time, or you want to say goodbye now?
No, I have to run, unfortunately. Okay. I have to run because I get for go respond to another.
What you go end with?
I started with an appeal. Let me end up with an appeal.
Okay.
The president should care about his legacy. When all is said and done, now in administration they hold to account, not to in appointees. Now in your name, we get for a question. He's got to step in. I plead with him, convene an emergency meeting, bring all the actors and better understand this from the point of view of making sure that we protect the university. And most people in that university court, one way or the other, get some presidential appointment or something. So they are all working for the government. Let's protect our university. Lord, respect the law. This is the most important thing for me. I come this from a rule of law point of view. I've read the 2021 Act. I don't see the TC Act. All the TC can do now this is what they are getting wrong. Somebody was saying, the TC got the power for recommend remedies. And no. It's very clear with respect to any institution, right? The university court a court for 3 constituent colleges of the University of Sierra Leone. If na Afrobeat College get issues, you can recommend say una build one more structure. That's what it is. That's what it is. If it's a member of the university court. It wasn't meant to supervise the university court and even recommend the dissolution. A lot of things have been misunderstood and forcefully applied for serve some people and purpose, and that's not fair.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ibrahim Tommy, the Executive Director, Center for Accountability and the Rule of Law. We've been in the studio this morning with three scenes, and we've been talk about the decriminalization of petty crimes, and later he gets calm position on the dissolvement of the university court. Plenty thank you for joining me. Inside his studio, we still get James Tambalebi, Public Relations Officer for the dissolved university.
I prefer it as a spokesperson.
Okay, spokesperson continue for the with we according to a police, I will look at another issue. Yes. As now we go na Parliament. As Parliament hungry for make Abdullahi Bango be Justice of Supreme Court na Salone, Joseph Kapoa be independent media chairman na the IMC, Saidu Ali Lako serve na the position as chairman at the National Youth Commission and 7 other people for work na different office them where President Bio pick. This make one member of parliament from Tonkolili district, Honorable Aaron Aruna Koromado, asking new IMC chairman for using office not for all any journalists them accountable for the action, but for also help them improve on their work through capacity training program. Well, for more on this issue, let me listen to reporter Chino Jalo.
Mr. Abulai Bangura, Esquire, proposed Justice of the Supreme Court of Sierra Leone. 2. Mr. Joseph Simeon Ibenda Kapua,
the leader of government business, Honorable Martin Lima, represents people where President Biobi appoints this BNTM for serving at different capacities them under in government. This come after within 10 people here. They don't pass through the interview process by the Committee on Appointment and Public Service, and then now they before the well of Parliament for approval. But before member of Parliament then been get the chance for say something to the appointee them, will be the talk. One member of Parliament from Tonkolili District, Honorable Aaron Aruna Koroma, say plenty panel nominee qualify for the different positions them who say President Bio pick them for go serve. But he been get this message for the proposed IMC chairman, Joseph Ibenda Kapua.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, when you look at the long title of the IMC Act of 2020, it calls for many things, not just to regulate media institutions or to also register media houses, but when you go to the function, there is a core function which has been abandoned for a long time, and that is improving the well-being of our journalists. That's a committee first on the IMC Commission. How much are we paying journalists for the services they are ready for us? We are treating them with second abandon. And on that note, Mr. Speaker, don't just focus on holding them to account when they are found wanting. Also see how you can capacitate them. Let them be treated fairly. Please work with the slides and the Ministry of Information to come up with regulation that will indicate service charges, so indicate fees for the acquisition of their services.
From that advice day to the IMC chairperson, Honorable Aaron Aruna Koroma, then go further for advice the proposed chairman, National Fertilizer Regulatory Agency, Mustafa Tijan Keller, Amara Sharif, proposed chairman, Salone Seed Certification Agency, for play their own part for CC the Feed Salone project succeed.
The success of the Feed Salone depends on this particular agency. You cannot have a bumper harvest, you cannot have a better productivity if you not have viable seeds. So the market of seeds is volatile. Everyone brings seeds. Most of them are not viable. That is why we are still struggling with yields. Whilst other countries, maybe the sub-region, is boasting of 4 tons or 5 tons per hectare, we are still talking about 1.9 tons per hectare, which is way below the average of the average in the region. And there is no way we can achieve self-food sufficiency if we do not have quality seed and quality fertilizer, which are requisite for improving agricultural productivity. I call on you to regulate that sector to ensure that we have viable seed.
We in self the talk, Honorable Nelebi from both districts being get this general message for the nominees them.
Mr. Speaker, often and again,
we are faced with a lot of embarrassment from these nominees, which we are pro in this house. Because we normally have our brothers and sisters, when they come, we see them. Because you want these positions, sometimes when you come, you see your attitude. Very patient, you bow to the speaker, you bow to honorable members. But as soon as you are approved from this house, woe upon any one of us here, woe upon any one of us here to give you cause. We are not giving you cause to bench you. Believe me, we are giving you cause for our constituents. For the people out there, for those voices we should be bringing to this house. We have the voiceless out there. We should be talking for them. We should advocate for them. And therefore, we continue to knock at your doors to see that we give them jobs, we listen to their cries. But each time we approve people in this house, when they go to their different offices, they are different people altogether. I hope you guys will not behave like that.
After different statements then from Honorable Member of Parliament them, the Speaker will later put forward the question to Member of Parliament them if them for agree for the nominee and Member of Parliament them being agree for make Abdullahi Bangura serve as Justice of the Supreme Court of Salone. Dr. Francis Fona, Member Board of Trustees Student Loan Scheme Fund, Saidu Ali Lako, Chairman National Youth Commission, and 7 other people for go serve in different positions them outside President Bill. Don't ask them for go serve for the Society for Radio Democracy. Me, Achang Nojalo, the report.
The program is still listening to Good Morning Salone, the country from 98.1 FM. We still get the spokesperson for the dissolved University Court, James Tambale, within the program with we, but quick we look at one headline we say NASI don't hold the 4th edition of Employers Banquet and Award Ceremony as them go give award to 54 institutions. Them way over the year don't they contribute to the NASI scheme. We said the Minister of Employment, Labour and Social Security, Mohammed Rahman Sware, say the ministry will take action against any institution we not agree pay NASI's contribution for the workman them. For more on this, we join Adeyemi Jackson.
Inside 2002, the government of Salone will set up the National Social and Insurance Trust, NASIT, as government body. We go there for keep workman the contribution. So till them retire. Since that time to now, NASIT done the work with different body there. But say them pay contribution for the workman there as way for show appreciation to the institution they are. We over the years done the comply by way they can pay contribution. Make NASIT don't hold the Employers Banquet and Awards Ceremony. Where this now for show appreciation to different institutions, them both government and private, would only contribute to NASIT for the workman there. Mohamed Fouad Dabo, the Director General for NASIT, will start to give background about the Employers Banquet and Awards Ceremony and serve the reason why NASIT come up with this awards ceremony.
The Employers Banquets and Awards Ceremony was introduced into the operations of the scheme in 2019 as an annual event with the objective of fostering improved relationship and partnership with our esteemed employers, as well as deepening the understanding of the work of the scheme. The issue of Employer Award is a testament to our commitment to fostering a culture of excellence, accountability, and compliance within the social security space. This prestigious acronym recognizes employers who have demonstrated exemplary dedication to fulfilling their obligations soon as not merely a legal requirement, but as a moral imperative.
They continue to say, even though they get plenty institution there, will be comply for pay them workman and contribution to NASIT, but say now only 54 they're able to bring under one roof and talk about the criteria where they use to get this number.
The Employers Banquets and Awards Ceremony was introduced into the operations of the scheme in 2019 as an annual event with the objective of fostering improved relationship and partnership with our esteemed employers, as well as deepening the understanding of the work of the scheme. The issue of Employer Award is a testament to our commitment to fostering a culture of excellence, accountability, and compliance within the social security space. This prestigious acronym recognizes employers who have demonstrated exemplary dedication to fulfilling their obligations soon as not merely a legal requirement, but as a moral imperative.
Alpha Ibrahim Sisse, now the Minister of Trade and Industry, start for give update, but the current status of the Sewa ground market and self been use the opportunity for appeal to the management of NASIT for build more markets there across the country, mostly in the Western Rural District, because of the population at that part of the country.
My ministry is closely working with NASIT for the completion of the Sewa ground market so that our traders can be relocated to a one-stop shopping center, thereby considerably reducing street trading in the central business districts of the city. Again, I also want to appeal here. It's also timely for us to have markets in other parts of the country, particularly more markets in Western Rural District. Let me take this opportunity to appeal to the management and leadership of NASIT, the Board of Trustees, to make sure we extend these facilities before the end of the year in the Western Rural District. The population in that part of the country has tremendously increased over the years, and street trading has increased there.
He also say, as Minister of Trade, they find them very difficult to pull trader them come out in the street because plenty markets not there in the city and the country at large. Also, trader them for do business. We make a call on NASIT for look inside the ministry concern.
As Minister of Trade, you find it very difficult when a competitor to remove traders from the streets and you have nowhere to house them. But again, let's today serve as an opportunity, and please consider this a very strong request from the Ministry of Trade to make sure you consider having a market there.
Inside in keynote statement, Mohamed Raman Sware, now the Minister of Employment, Labour and Social Security, start for remind the one that will be present on this award ceremony, but waiting NASIT Act of 2001 say what will command their contribution.
NASIT Act number 5 of 2001 makes it abundantly clear for you, the employer, to not only register your institutions and employees, but also to pay contributions on their behalf at the end of every month. Even though there has been improvements in the knowledge base of the public regarding the operations of the trust, there is still a strong and compelling need for new innovative ways of reaching the different public, especially employers.
Also say, under the government of President Julius Maada Bio, a ministry will take action against institutions there we know the great pay contribution for the workman them.
To those who are refusing to comply, let me remind you that under the government of His Excellency, retired Brigadier Dr. Julius Maada Bio, the judiciary of Sierra Leone has established social security court to handle such issues and admonish all employees to be on the side of the law by fully complying with provisions of the Act. Otherwise, punitive actions will be taken against you.
Mohamed Raman Sware NC, a ministry will continue for support NASIT for CC, transparency and accountability day, and the work that they do, except for build public confidence so that institutions then go pay contributions for the workman then during this ceremony. But 54 institutions then will receive award from NASIT, and among them get Petroleum Regulatory Agency, Environmental Protection Agency, and other one them for the Society for Radio Democracy. Adeyemi Jackson, the report.
You can receive money from US and UK? Well, TransferPay don't come for you. TransferPay, now the leading money transfer platform, we go make you not pay no transfer fee. With the best exchange rates, where they allow your loved one them from US and UK for send you money right here na Salone. You can collect the money now any of we TransferPay payout location them, where they across Salone or through mobile wallet or bank transfer. UK business and NGO them where they operate na Salone, go same way so able use the TransferPay platform for send money from the UK to Salone with the best exchange rate. So, what do you wait for? Choose TransferPay today and send or receive money with Alafia. For send money, now for download the app na Play Store or Apple Store or visit the website na www.transferpay.com. You can also call 074 639 031.
You get one life only. We say get one life only.
You dey look for Master Sabi people wey go handle your motor insurance for you? Well, let you worry down because the Sierra Leone Insurance Company, SLICO, wey na one of the leading insurance company in Sierra Leone, wey dey near and all side of the country for over 30 years now. Na the right place for go for you motor insurance. SLICO, they insure you motor car na computer and quick one, you go get what you want. And they get 3 kind of motor insurance where then they offer. One na third-party insurance, third-party fire, and theft and comprehensive. So if you dey look for insure you motor car, bike, keke or truck, SLICO will insure them for you with collage. SLICO, the head office, na 68 Sana Street, opposite Edward Street. And then get location there na Lumley Turntable, Aberdeen Turntable, Kiama Road by Lodge, Wilberforce Botomango, Duazak Junction, Pademba Road Licensing Office, 132 Kisi Road near Licensing Office, Upgun Turntable, Kisi Shell, before Echo Bank, Wellington na PMB, Regent Village Junction, Joy Junction, Waterloo 55 Junction, 170 Sewa Road, Bo, 42 Magboroka Road, Makeni, and Kamaratong, Upper Shelmingo, Nakenema. We make a total of 17 locations within Salone. Or you go call on 074 4044 or 075 5055. So choose Slico today for your motor insurance and get peace of mind. Slico, go they want it.
The program is still listening to Good Morning Salone, the country from 98.1 FM. We still get the spokesperson for the dissolved university court, James Tambalebi. They inside the program, they state the position of the university, the dissolved university court. Earlier, we talk about a committee waiting for inaugurate this week. What do you want to make up of this committee? Because plenty of people only get their own take on the work of the committee. When as dissolved university court, yes.
Not tomorrow. That committee is illegal. The oversight committee is illegal. According to the act, this is essentially they don't set aside the law and sit and run the university by a committee. This is an extrajudicial power. The committee got for be legal, and we will continue for call out to anybody where they participate in that committee. Because one, only the university court and senate now then get power for confer degrees. In fact, the chancellor now they confer degrees, not a committee. Any committee confer degree na illegal degree in null and void. I want to let people understand that. The second, that committee not get power for approved budget. Only the court can do it. Any attempt for do that illegal, in null and void. So now illegality no more than they do. Essentially, the ministry they say we can throw away that piece of law, the Universities Act, and we can rule by decree. Now I make I say na coup. This is a coup d'etat against the University of Sierra Leone.
This statement of illegality of this committee, is it based on opinion or based on the law?
It's based on law. It's based on law because the courts are the supreme decision-making body, organ of the university. Anything outside that court, it's illegal. And only the courts now get the jurisdiction for doing and for doing. And any committee where then constitute for perform the function of the court illegal.
And the university now they without an acting vice chancellor.
Absolutely.
Yes.
In fact, the very argument that there was a vacancy, they don't can perpetuate a vacancy now in the university.
Now, this according to the ministry, they come with somebody with an international background for fill that vacancy first. I wanna ask members of the dissolved university courts or members of the university. What do you want to make up of?
It's illegal. Position? It's illegal because they not get the power for appoint. But look at this. This is an insult on the collective intelligence of the university community. For say they not get a national professor with competent and get the required skills and qualification for run the university. Okay. Why go out? Who is going to pay that person? This is an insult because there are people who are qualified and competent to run the university. Why go outside of the law?
Because then things say perhaps the people where they inside they get draw. So
no, not perception. That's not a fact. That's a perception. Let them go back to the drawing board, reconstitute the court. But this is the funny thing. Anything we say you get power for dissolve, you forget power for reconstitute them. Okay. And so let them go reconstitute the court. Let them get a new chancellor, the ministry, let them appoint a new chancellor because they don't sack them and go execute them powers. Allow the courts to function. If you say you get problem with this court, fine. Reconstitute another court, appoint another chairman, wait at the chancellor, and let them do their work. Anything, any duty, any power, any activity executed out of that court, illegal.
So
null and void.
In terms of all this, it clearly as a decision taken by the Ministry of Technical and Higher Education, not in the right part in the interest of the
absolutely
university as a whole.
It's extrajudicial.
Waiting at the way forward. When are the solution step way for
the solution now for reconstitute?
They affect students.
Absolutely, but right now the university is stranded.
Yes, everything is.
Requests are coming fast and thick.
So money not the forward.
The way forward now for reconstitute the courts, appoint. Whether it can be this chancellor, it can be another chancellor. It can be this court, it can be another court. But they have to reconstitute the courts, appoint a chancellor, the chairman of the court, and allow the university for exercise in autonomy. Anything out of that is illegal. So what about the
interference of the minister of technical education?
It's illegal. It's not supported by law.
If the president not depart again, obviously there should not be no political appointee before they interfere as well.
No, the president and they appoint the chancellor.
So I talk about the minister of technical and higher education because all decisions taken are in lead in all of this, though it must get back up.
It no gets it now this now somebody or an entity where just feel say because they're a ministry and a supervisory entity for higher education, therefore they get the power for doing what they want to do. But this is wrong. This is illegal. This now I continue for say this is a struggle between the rule of law and legality versus sentiment.
So the view
we not get place for sentiment.
The Ministry of Technical Education for the off as a supervisor or
No,
supervising
you can
body of the
for supervise not mean say you for.
What do you think about that? Because
No,
they
can still be supervised. They can still supervise. But supervise not mean say they take decision for you. Because the university get autonomy and the university gets a board and a court, where now the equivalent, of course, of the board. And now for allow that court for strengthening them. There are constructive ways of supporting the court for let be strengthened and do it in
so you answer the court
not to interference.
You answer the court.
Well, now the argument than they. But let's
you say
the argument they're not weak. But if then they say weak, there are constructive ways of supporting the court for let it be strengthened, for let do what they want to do, not to for interfere into the business of the court, not to for perform the role of the court. The law, the Universities Act of 2021, not give the ministry that power. Now usurpation of powers, and they are exercising extrajudicial powers.
James Sambalebi, this could be a little bit personal. The last time you have been the spokesperson for the University of Salone, and during this saga, you receive a sack letter.
Yes.
You still a lecturer at the University of Salone, and you see the action of the ministry dissolve the university courts, where you they talk for now. At any moment, you don't think about your job at the University of Salone, see if you go maintain or not as lecturer.
Yeah, they do this work with conviction because I do on the side of the law. I know say there are consequences. I know they can come after me, but so be it. This cannot deter me. I cannot be intimidated. That's my position.
What are they behind these university courts? Dissolve university courts. I mean, within the university itself, the sectors. Then
now, what do you mean the composition of the courts?
No, what are they behind the university courts? Who say we get una support from? We get ASA, we get other body them within the university.
ASA they with the courts. You get other ministerial, government appointees from other MDAs within the courts. We in all this saga, now only two entities now only one entity supports the position of the ministry, and that is TEC. So what they do apparently, then try for build a coalition for exercise or execute this illegality. But other than that, all other entities, all other MDAs in that court, then they say this is not right, this is illegal. Except the ministry will take this position, will become a judge in their own case, and the TEC when I collaborator in this illegality.
What will be the position of the dissolved university courts and ally them if we get an international person for can run the university as a pro vice chancellor?
Now a bad precedent.
Vice chancellor
it's a bad precedent that will haunt public universities for decades, if not generations.
What will be una position on this person we go come in or the committee?
Now for continue for no acknowledge them. Now for continue for tell them say they're illegal. Because that appointment, they come outside of the Universities Act. If they want to do them, let them go by the law. They can appoint somebody else. In fact, as a matter of fact, let me make them very clear. Professor Samai not even tension about this position. It's just that Nine stand for benefit from them and the law they support them. They not really tension about this. So now could they say it could have been if they don't want them, then for don't take the head of Ruby College or therefore don't take the head of commerce. Because that's what the law say. But you cannot go outside of the law, set aside the law and begin exercise extrajudicial powers, go beyond the limits of your powers and say becoming a minister or the working at the ministry, therefore they do what they do.
So what
this is a bad precedent. We will reach a point if we allow this for stick, they're not reverse them. This coup against the university. If it's not reversed, we will reach a point when the ministry they directly determine whether become head of department
so in all of this,
or even whether the lecturer at the university.
So in all of this, waiting next now people get for see from the different body that were involved in this whole saga.
We call on patriotic Sierra Leoneans, we call on the public for let them support the university, for clamor for reverse this coup against the university, this ministerial coup. The minister not get right for dissolve the court, he not get right for sack the chancellor, he not get right for appoint nobody, because it's not supported by law. This is a matter of rule of law, and this is a matter of due process.
As they left in the studio, you say una no get for accept the appointments, the international policy we get for kind of committee. In which form una no get for accept?
I will not go into details. The question of illegality go hang on that person.
Okay.
Because you know, say them appoint outside of the
Una
law.
na partners.
Even they watch for see whether they accept the appointment.
Una na partners them at the university and una key as lecturers and also dissolve courts. You say una action, una they keep them secret. What will be the secret action?
ASA is against the leadership of ASA. Then they're against this illegality and then they resist them.
Okay.
That's all I can say.
Okay.
It is illegal today. It is illegal tomorrow. It can happen to University of Sierra Leone. It can happen to other public universities. It can happen to another agency or commission if we allow this bad precedent, this ugly precedent, just because of personal vendetta and personal interest and sentiments for stay.
Okay, well, that's the spokesperson for the dissolved university court. Maybe they make their own position on the whole issue between the Ministry of Technical Education and that of the university court. Winner James Tambalebi, maybe they give you all points on this, everything this mean if this particular ugly situation continue. Plenty thank you, we guest inside this edition of the program. Good morning, Salone, James Tambalebi. And also we will get Ibrahim Tommy, we are the executive director for Center for Accountability and Rule of Law. Where they talk about petty crime, them we get heavy punishment and things that they don't do for campaign against that. Well, now this edition of the program. Good morning, Salone Golefew, Michael Sambola with support from Mange Mansari, and Kabia produce this edition of the program. Good morning, Salone. So we technical man. We now DJ came out, they say plenty thank you to you. And so we IT team, would they say Usman Kamara, Jaffa Davis, Fatma Samoa, and with support from Adeyemi Jackson. We make gonna get we live on our Facebook page. We will bring this edition of the program. Good morning, Salone. Me na sap to you, Kalonde say. Continue for listening to Radio Democracy and have a blessed day. Goodbye.
And Musa Kamara say bye bye. Have a blessed week.
One platform for news every day in our country. Salone for education, entertainment, political affairs. Chinti TV. We got enough Tanga one inside Sierra Leone like a big.